Hi guys, this is Tero from RC Thoughts. Today we will be going through a simple little task like how to transfer the firmware to your sensors you've been making with the help from RC Thoughts. And first, let's have a little look what you need hardware-wise. You will of course need a USB cable. USB to TTL adapter usually looks something like this. There's a little bit of electronics in the USB end, and then you will have 4 wires. And the 4 wires are usually colored white and green for transmitting and receiving data, TX and RX. And then we have the voltage on positive on red and ground on the black one. So that's pretty easy. These are usually, the 4 pins are loose, they are separated, so I usually just glue them together after confirming the coloring of the TX and RX. And here's a little hint for you at the starters. Many of you are making the Arduino programming, so you're soldering a 4-pin header straight to the Arduino board. You can actually diss that one, you don't need it, it just makes the sensor harder to use. Also there's a risk for shorting the positive and negative later on. So simply take your 4 programming pins, insert a straight header, and there you have it. Set the white cable to TX, green to RX, and red to VCC, black to ground, and simply push it in and hold it like this in your hand. This finger is slightly pulling this to this direction, so you will have a steady connection. You can see it on the power LED in there. If you don't have, you will get some blinking to do. So that's the hardware-wise what we need. So let's go through the actual programming, what we need to do. So first of all, open up the RC Thoughts page, and you will need to download some files. We will be programming a fuel sensor and GPS sensor today. Open up the fuel sensor page, and a little bit downwards, you will get the, I jumped over it there. Go and get the suitable hex or INO from GitHub. So open up the GitHub page, and you will come here. This is the main page for the fuel sensor in my GitHub. Many of you are doing an error here. You are going to this file and save link as you're downloading the file this way. That is wrong. Do not do that. What you need to do is to go to the right to the green button, click that one, and download the zip file. So download the zip file somewhere where you know where it is, save it, and open up that folder. After you've been coming to the correct folder, extract the zip archive, and inside there you will actually have the hex file, and this one is not corrupted or anything. What you also need is of course something to transfer the hex file to the Arduino, and I would suggest you take the RC Thoughts Firmware Uploader. Very, very easy to use, and unfortunately works only on Windows, but anyway. You will have a link to download it over here. So let's download the file to your computer, and there we have it. Extract that one again, and inside there we have the executable file that you can later on use. So let's have a look what happens when we actually start to do some stuff. First of all, let's have a look on a few sensors. We have a Jetty box here, and we have the GPS sensor. Nothing is happening. It doesn't do anything over there, just blinking. So this one is obviously not programmed. I think the same should be true for the fuel sensor. Yeah, just blinking. So we need to program these. So let's have a look on how that one goes. First, we need to take the fuel sensor and notice that ground VCC RX-TX, it's in another way, another order than the previous one. So we need to flip our programming cable on the correct way. Insert the programming header to holes, slightly press it again in this direction, and then we can actually open up the programmer. And in the programmer, we need to first search for the correct hex file. So let's go to fuel sensor, Arduino, and select the fuel sensor.hex, and then select correct serial port. Now, here's the tricky part. We need to press the upload button here on the software, and after a correct time, we need to press the reset button on the actual Arduino. And I have found out that the most effective way to do this is to use same finger to both actions. So press upload and press reset and wait for a while. We should be getting upload successful, that we did, down on the left corner. Now, if we go and have a look how the fuel sensor now looks in the Jetty box, connect it to Jetty box, give it a few seconds to start, and there we have it, a working fuel sensor. No issues there. Let's do the same now for the GPS sensor. So we will have a look on the GPS. This is the Neo 8M module. I like it a little bit more than the Neo 6. The Neo 8 is a little bit faster, more accurate. So let's look at the pin order again. Okay, this is another way than the fuel sensor. So we need to turn our header again into the holes. And again, my finger is pushing slightly to this direction. We need to select the correct hex file. That means we need to find the GPS folder, and inside there we have the hex file. Open that one again, upload, reset, wait for a while, and we should be getting upload successful in there. There we have it. Yes. And let's have a look how it looks on the Jetty box. GPS is a little bit slower to start. It has a lot to do. Should take a small moment, but there we have it. And again, we can navigate the menus. So there you have it. Very easy to use. And remember to have fun. Bye-bye.